It's still spinning. I'm going to hope it's recording. Heather, can you see that it's recording? Okay, perfect. All right. So hello, everyone. My name is Leslie Smith. I'm the Director of Guidance at Hermon High School. And I'd also like to introduce Heather Pelletier, who is another school counselor at our high school as well. And we're going to be talking tonight about some multiple pathways that students could take at Hermon High School. And we want to give you some information about the different options and opportunities that students can experience as they go through a 4-year progression at Hermon High. Before I begin, I wanted to let you know that the PowerPoint link to tonight is in the chat box. I put the link right in there. And then I also put our Bridge Academy presentation recording from last night in there. That is also inside the PowerPoint, but I also want to make sure you had access to that. And we're going to talk about Bridge as well tonight. And then at the end, we'll have some time to have some questions. So let's begin. I'm going to present my screen. Can everybody see my screen? Yes, excellent. All right. So anytime that you have a question, you are feel free to unmute if you would like to. We're a small group, so that is totally fine. Or if you want to wait to the end, you're welcome to do that as well. So this presentation is the Hermon High School Multiple Pathways. And of course, our mission at Hermon High is to prepare students for personal success in college, career, and community. And so tonight, we're really going to focus on navigating the program of studies and highlighting what we think are 5 pathways at Hermon High School. So what we're going to begin with is talk about the program of studies. I need to admit someone. I apologize. Excellent. And we're going to talk about the pathways. We're going to talk about transcript requests because that's something that students often miss at the end of their high school career. And then we're going to talk about who to contact in guidance if you have questions. And then we're going to do a Q&A. So we're first going to talk about the high school program of studies. And so Hermon High School's program of studies has developed for many, many years. And we think that it's getting better and better each year. The way you find the program of studies is if you go to our website, Hermon High School, student parent links, and then click on program of studies. And I've also linked it here in this PowerPoint, so you can just head right there. And so what's really cool is we have the last 3 years of program of studies. We don't have them in digital format prior to that. However, we are hoping to build this archive up as the years go by. And so this is the link to the program of studies, and there's a letter and mission statement, our accreditation statement, which is super important to us, our services and guidance, graduation requirements, as well as our grading scale. And then it goes into different sections on the content areas. And so what you'll find is there's a table of contents in the beginning of the program of studies that will direct you to where the English classes are and where the math classes are and the descriptions of the classes. And we often find that students will get a little overwhelmed looking at it, and they often feel that reading it is a little laborious. So we try to have them chunk it up and look at each individual class and read the descriptions before they sign up for something, because we want them to sign up for something that they like. And so today, the students all should have printed copies of the program of studies if they were in school this week. They were handed out this week, and registration sheets in homeroom. If you're an 8th grade parent tonight, you will receive that program of studies through either your school counselor at your school, or you'll need to request that from Miss Berry. And we can give you more information about how to do that later. After the program of studies have all been received, which is this week, we're going to be sending out a link for each school counselor to each of our students asking them to sign up for an academic advising appointment. And what that means is we're going to be meeting with each student who wants it, but hopefully everyone will want it. And we're going to talk about their progression through the high school, what requirements they've met, and what requirements they still have yet to meet so that we can keep them on track and they can help keep themselves on track. And then after the academic advising days are over, we're going to be working on registration in PowerSchool, and that window is from March 8th to March 25th. The academic advising days, by the way, are from February 22nd to March 5th. And then hopefully by the end of the year, we will have our schedules complete. And so that the program of studies is kind of like the backbone to our high school as far as what drives our instruction, as well as what our offerings are. And so that leads me to our next kind of conversation about the pathways that we offer. And so, you know, when we kind of look at the pathways at Hermon High School, we feel that there are about 5. There probably are more, but 5 definitive pathways that students can take. And the first one is, of course, the college prep pathway. And the college prep pathway is comprised of all of the core requirements of a Hermon High School education to help prepare students for a 4-year post-secondary education. So these courses are getting kids ready for college, for a 4-year or a 2-year college experience. And those college prep classes are outlined in the program of studies, and they include classes like Algebra 1 and Algebra 2, Geometry, English 10, English 11. There are some exceptions to them being a college prep class, and those are also outlined in the programs of studies. And so the college prep pathway is really the traditional pathway that many students take, and it's a wonderful pathway. It absolutely is. It gives students a solid, rich, stimulating course of study. And most of us have taken a college prep pathway at some point in our high school. And so that's where usually students kind of begin thinking about, okay, what pathway do I want? Many of them take the college prep. And I just wanted to mention one more thing. So in regards to the exceptions to the college prep pathway, our school counselors, we do let students know if they're taking a class that is not a college prep class. We will let them know that it's important for them to know that that may not be looked at as a college prep class for 4-year school. And so it may not necessarily keep them out of all 4-year schools, but it definitely poses a challenge. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out to your school counselor. And so another pathway is our honors and advanced placement pathway. And this is exactly how it sounds. Students who want to challenge themselves with more rigorous classes. And so oftentimes people can start as early as their freshman year, where they can take up to 2 or 3 honors classes. It may cover, an honors class may cover more materials, maybe an extra few chapters, but they definitely provide in-depth challenges. And so honors classes are a wonderful opportunity to challenge yourself as a student, as well as to show colleges that you're taking high school seriously and that you're interested in that more rigorous path. And then, of course, our advanced placement, otherwise known as AP classes. And that is another pathway that students can take. We offer several AP classes at Hermon High. And for folks who aren't familiar with AP is run by the College Board, and they're the makers of the SAT. They're the ones who provide the SAT. And the AP classes, they allow students to take special high school courses that can earn them college credit and or qualify them for more advanced classes when students begin college. And so an advanced placement class lasts a whole year, is worth 1 credit. And then at the end of the year, the student needs to take an advanced placement class, an advanced placement test in order to qualify for college credit. And they need to score 3, 4, or 5 on that AP test for many colleges to consider it a college credit. One piece that I want to mention is there are some selective schools who require more than a 3, which 3 is passing, sometimes require a 5. And so it's just important that students know that it's not a guarantee, but it's a pretty good chance that, at a typical college that the 3, 4, or 5 will be accepted. Also, AP on a student's high school transcript shows colleges that students are preparing for college level work and that they're able to do that. And an AP score may let students skip introductory courses in college. It could also earn students college credits, sometimes up to 6 credits, depending on your score. And then some AP courses at Hermon High School especially are dually enrolled with colleges providing direct college credits. So what do I mean by dually enrolled? What I mean by that is not only are they taking an AP class and they can take the AP test at the very end of the year, but regardless of how they score on that AP test, we still give them college credit, or the college that we work with gives them college credit for the class that they took. So for example, AP Bio is a class that many students take if they're going into the medical field. And so we do offer it as an advanced placement class, but University of Maine Augusta also vets the class and gives students college biology 100 credit if they pass the class. So it's a win-win in both ways. And so students want to try the AP test, they can, or they can opt for the dual enrollment credits. And so the AP Honors Advanced Placement, it's not only one, they can do like a college prep class and an honors class and an AP class. It can all be combined and be fluid with each other, I guess is the word I'm looking for. And so another pathway is our career and technical education pathway, otherwise known as CTE. And so this is our partnership with United Technology Center. And so one of the things I wanted to mention is, and I think we're moving out of this as time goes on, but one of our goals is to debunk some stigma in regards to CTE education. It used to be that students called it Voc School, and there was maybe a reputation that a long, long time ago that students who aren't traditional learners should go there instead. And that's actually no longer the case. United Technology Center in CTE world is rigorous. And in fact, UTC has several articulation agreements with colleges in Maine. So many students who go to UTC are also earning college credit while they're in their program at United Technology Center. And there have been times where some students really just couldn't go because they couldn't handle the rigor. So it's very different from the model that maybe some of us saw 30, 40 years ago. I feel like we're getting close to debunking and destigmatizing that and undoing that thinking, but it is a phenomenal experience. And so most programs offer a certification when students graduate from CTE. And there's a special partnership with Eastern Maine Community College called One Campus, Two Schools, where students can earn a business associate's, a computer certificate, and an auto body certificate. And then I believe there's also a computer program that certificate that can also be earned as well. And then at the CTE Center, United Technology Center, there is a statewide competition between all the CTE centers in the state of Maine every March called Skills USA. And it is amazing. It's just incredible to see these students compete with other CTE centers. And depending on how they place, and oftentimes it could be a gold, a silver, or a bronze, they're then invited to go to Kentucky to compete at a national level. And it is just an incredible world and a really exciting opportunity. And so I wanted to also share that we've linked UTC's programs right in our PowerPoint. And so the PowerPoint's there for you to use however you want, but it just outlines all of the different programs that they offer. And I believe there are 19 programs right now. And we are hoping to see soon a recording from UTC that they're producing to provide families with information on what UTC looks like and give them a virtual tour. And so we're looking to get that information out to students. Right now, sophomores should be thinking about UTC, and of course, juniors who maybe didn't go to UTC this year, who might want to go their senior year. So be looking for more information about UTC. It's an incredibly rich and powerful program for students, and we've seen so many just thrive and just excel. It's been amazing. And so another pathway kind of linked to CTE is our Bridge Academy. And for those who were able to attend our Bridge Academy presentation last night, we've linked the recording in this presentation here. I also put the recording in our chat so that you can access it. It's on our YouTube page now. And so the history of Bridge Academy is in about 2011 or 2012. Very kind of cool. Hermon High School was the first Bridge Academy program in the state of Maine. And the purpose and the benefits of this program are amazing. There's career explorations through CTE, hands-on CTE learning, which is required. If a student's going to be a Bridge student, they need to attend United Technology Center in one of their programs. Students in Bridge can receive numerous dual enrollment college credits at an extreme discounted cost of $45 a credit. And if you've ever put someone through college, or if you yourself have been through college, you will nod your head and know that that is an incredible discount. We knew one student who left with almost 34 college credits, left high school with almost 34 college credits banked. So it's pretty amazing. There are several internships and mentorships that could come out of Bridge. There's a summer academy, which exposes students to different college campuses, as well as different careers, and they go visit different programs in the industry that it will introduce them to other things that they might not have thought about. And then it's really a specialized program that provides substantial career exploration. And so, like I said, I've put the recording here, but I've also linked Bridge Academy's webpage here. And what's really neat is when you go to the webpage, you'll see a student that comes right up. Actually, there's two. So you'll see this gal over here in a uniform. This is Kari Burns. She was in our Bridge Academy graduating class of 2016, and she graduated in 3.5 years from Maine Maritime and is making over $90,000 working in the Gulf of Mexico with her engineering licensing. And so that's pretty cool. And then also, you'll see that last year, 2 of our seniors, even through COVID, they graduated with their associate's degree in liberal arts from Eastern Maine Community College before they even graduated from Hermon High School. And so you may have seen these ladies on our Facebook page. We've highlighted their accomplishment. They were actually interviewed for Maine Women magazine, and we're just super proud of what they've done. And so that is also another option for folks is to possibly get their associates. In fact, I was working with another student today who is well on her way. She's a junior Bridge student. She is well on her way for that associate's degree in liberal arts, and it's pretty awesome. And so again, the recording from last night's presentation is in the chat, but also it's linked here in this PowerPoint. And then another pathway is an early college pathway. And again, this is fluid with honors and AP and college prep classes. And so maybe about 8 years ago, early college in Maine started to really grow. And early college allows students to take college classes while they're in high school at no cost or a small fee, because there are some labs that do require a fee, and the purchase of the book. And so this has really been a hot topic for our high school in the last 5 or 6 years. So the history is that University of Maine system really began it, and then the community colleges started to kind of get involved as well, and then Husson University. And so really, students can take early college classes as early as sophomore year and and we count them towards their required classes here. So for example, if a student was still needing to meet a history credit at Hermon High School, but they wanted to take college US history, we would allow them to do that in replace of their history credit at Hermon High School. And what's really important is we want them to not feel overloaded with classes. So they might sign up for the 6 required classes that they would need each year at, or the minimum of 6 required classes they would need each year at Hermon, but maybe they signed up for college US history, we would then eliminate one of those classes, most likely their history class that they were going to take at Hermon, so that they would have time freed up to take that college history class. And so here are some options, and these programs are also linked in this PowerPoint. Husson University allows 6 credits per semester to be taken for free, and you do have to pay for the book. And those 6 credits are for the fall, and then 6 credits for the winter, for the spring, I mean, and then 6 credits for the summer too, which is unique. So they could potentially take up to 18 credits in a year at Husson University. And I made a note here that this is not counted with the University of Maine system classes, and I'll talk to you about what that means in a moment. But I did link Husson University's, they call it ECAP, but it's Early College Access Program for high school students. And they have all of the information right here, and questions answered as well. And so that is provided for you right in this PowerPoint. And Hermon High School also offers early college classes. And this is in partnership with Husson University, the University of Maine class, University of Maine system, Eastern Maine Community College courses. And we just have different partnerships with different folks. So for example, our accounting 1 is vetted by Husson University, and our statistics and our calculus are University of Southern Maine classes. And our tech math, which is a senior math, is an EMCC course. And our AP bio is a University of Maine Augusta class. And our College English 101 and College English 102 are University of Maine Augusta classes. And so we have these agreements with all of these colleges that really truly make our heads spin trying to keep track of it all. But it's such an incredible opportunity. And that means that students can take classes right in the seats of Hermon High School. And our teachers are vetted by the universities to be able to teach those. Husson University does have a couple of classes in our high school, but most of their classes are online or in person on a non-COVID year. The University of Maine system is the one I wanted to also mention. And this is where it gets a little tricky for students. And if they go over 12 credits and they're not a bridge student, they may be charged for the course. And so that's where Ms. Pelletier and Ms. Barry and I, we're constantly helping students count credits when they're taking early college classes, because we don't want families to get hit up with a bill that they were not expecting, because that's not fun. It's still a discount, but it's still an unexpected bill that families weren't expecting. And so those 12 credits, excuse me, include both the University of Maine system, but also the community college systems. They all take from one funding source from the state of Maine. Husson University is not included on that. And so we want to make sure that students know that and that they capitalize on those 12 free credits. But we also want to make sure that families are aware that if they go over 12, they will get a bill. And so I've also linked the early college, the University of Maine system program right here in the PowerPoint, so that you can kind of see what it looks like and what information you can gather from that. We also highlight that often on our Facebook page. If you haven't liked our Facebook page or our Instagram account, I strongly suggest you do so if you're an active member on both, because we always put stuff out on social media and our website. And the Instagram account is really for the kids. Facebook is really for the parents, but we want to make sure that you have that information. What's really neat about this whole system that you're looking at right now is we have students taking Husson University classes for free and classes from the University of Maine system for free. And they're actually able to capitalize on both systems without getting a bill, because they're doing credits at both places that come from different funding sources. And so I just wanted to kind of mention that. And certainly at the end, if you have questions about that, please let me know and we can talk further. And so that is one of the pieces I wanted to mention too, is one path does not have to fit all, unless you're a bridge student, which is definitely a very structured program and a very rich, solid program. Students can choose any combination of the information from the college prep pathway, from the early college pathway, from the CTE pathway, all of that, and kind of craft together their high school program. And I wanted to mention this, and this original presentation was meant for the parent council, but I kept this slide on for a reason. So these are all amazing opportunities, and kids are taking college classes, and I never heard about that when I was a teenager. But oftentimes I hear from students, my college is making me take College English 101. I thought I took that in high school. Well, students need to actually request their transcripts from colleges to be sent to the college they're attending. And so we wanted to also just provide that link. This link takes you to a document about how to do that. And then this link is just in case someone wants to request the Hermon High School transcript. And this is our contact information about who belongs to whom at the high school. We have a lot of people in our guidance department. It has grown very much in the last 10 years. And so we want to make sure, but certainly if you call one of us and it's not your child's counselor, that's okay. We'll help you, but we'll also get you connected to the counselor who knows them best. All right. So I am going to stop presenting. We're going to continue to record, but I wanted to see if anybody had any questions.
I was wondering if you can possibly send me those slides.
Yes, I can, Samantha. And not only that, but I put the PowerPoint right in the chat if you'd like to click on that, but I will make a note and send that directly to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I also want to mention that, you know, it's, as a parent of two former high school students and learning about this back when my kids were in high school, there was no taking college classes when I was a kid. That just was not a thing. And so it's kind of a really neat opportunity, and we're really excited about that. We have recently learned that the University of Maine system funding, which is both the community college funding as well as the University of Maine system funding, we've recently learned that that might be tightened up due to some budget constraints. For example, this summer, when a student can typically take more than one class through the University of Maine system and the community college system, those that join later cannot see the links. Thank you for letting me know. I will put those back in again. We have been told that students who want to take a college class from those two schools can only take one between the two. So only one class this summer, one college class from either the community college system or the University of Maine system. That does not include Husson. So Husson still is offering classes. All right, so we have a question from Brianna Bryant. What is your student population number? So I think we have about 540, I think right now. I'd have to look it up in PowerSchool. But we're growing, and we have students who come from sending districts like Glenburn, Eddington, Holbrook area, that whole area, Holden. We also receive Caravel Middle School students where they're sending school. And then we, of course, have some students who live in Hermon, obviously, because we're from Hermon. But the sending schools are from all over the place. And we're finding that our growth is getting there. We're a little bit thoughtful about the next few years because our elementary school is growing and families are moving into Hermon. There's a ton of subdivisions in there that are growing, and so we are still a Class B school for those who are interested in the arts and the competition with arts as well as sports. But we are growing fast, and it's exciting. Any other questions?
Sorry, I have another one. It's Brianna again.
Yes, go right ahead.
How is there an application competitive process for the UTC career tech path, or is it, if that's the path that you're taking, then that's you sign up for the program that you want to take with UTC?
Mrs. Pelletier, would you mind fielding that question?
Thank you.
Sure, I can answer that question. So there is an enrollment process to UTC, and some programs are more competitive than others. So depending on the demand for the program in that particular year, each high school is allotted so many spots in that program based on our school population. And so we're a middle-sized high school compared to the other sending schools at UTC. We have Bangor, Brewer, Central, Orono, Old Town, they all send, and we fall right in the middle. So we tend to get several spots in each program, and just depending on trends, we may have exactly the number of students for those, or we may have students that don't get into their program of preference. So if students have multiple programs that they're interested in, we do recommend that they list a second choice, because then they will be given preference in their senior year.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Brianna, just as a side note, Mrs. Pelletier is our UTC coordinator and our CTE advocate. And so she's a wonderful resource for all things CTE. And it's been awesome.
Really good to know. Thank you.
All right. Any other questions right now?
Hi, Leslie. It's Karen again.
Hi.
First of all, you did an amazing job. Thank you for highlighting all the offerings that are out there. I have a junior who is in the Bridges program right now, and some of the things that you said I was unaware of because I have not flipped through the pamphlets or whatnot. So thank you for doing that. But my question goes back to something earlier that you touched upon. I am also a parent of an 8th grade student signing up for classes for next year, the program of studies. Are they also offered the opportunity to have like an academic advisory appointment, or however you've coined it? I don't remember how it went with my older one.
That's a great question. Miss Berry is our freshman transition coordinator, and I will be it used to be there were 2 of us in the office, and having Miss Berry on board and having her just specialize in the freshmen and to focus on them has been a huge benefit to the transition of 8th graders to freshmen. And so what Miss Berry is planning on, and you're going to hear probably in the next week, because the flyer is going to go out, I believe, tomorrow, we're going to be doing a virtual step-up day. Typically, it's in person, but of course, this year things are definitely limited. And believe me, when we go back to normal, we will be doing it in person. So we'll be having a step-up day on March 9th in the morning. And that information will be given to the kids and put on social media and all of that. And that will be whether a student is on their instructional day or non-instructional day. They will Zoom in through a Google Meet, if you will, and receive the information they need to transition to Hermon High School. And then we're going to have a parent information night that same day through the same platform through a Google Meet, where we do like a more formal presentation. And then after that, Miss Berry will be, and the students will get their program of studies that same day. We'll be delivering them to the buildings. And then Miss Berry will be setting up academic advising times with the 8th graders. And so, yes, Karen, they will receive that. We started that a few years ago, and we have found that to go very well. And it helps the 8th graders to just be more at ease with their transition. So your child should expect to have that. Yes.
That's perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you, Miss Berry.
Yes.
She's not on here, but thank you.
She's awesome. And so I would just ask that if you have any more questions after tonight that you would rather talk to us in person or privately over the phone, please feel free to do so. We love phone calls from families. We don't want families at home wondering about things and curious about things. We want you to pick up the phone and call us. We pride ourselves in being a welcoming office, and we hope people feel that way. And so there is no question that is too far that we can't answer for you in regards to Hermon's academics. So please feel free to do that, okay? All right. I think that is it. I would like to thank everybody for coming tonight. And I appreciate you allowing us to record this so that we can put this up on our YouTube and provide it for families who couldn't attend tonight. And I hope you have a great evening.
Thank you.